If you picture rows of terraced houses, Coronation Street, you're probably not too far off. The people there are the absolute salt of the earth. They'll do anything for you. Now then, my name's Brad, I'm a Christian and I'm unapologetically Northern. So I grew up as a non-Christian. I grew up in the northwest of England, just outside Manchester. I was born and raised in a small old coal mining town. It was built on the coal industry, and as soon as that went, that was sort of the death blow for the town. I always wanted to move away from that. My dad left when I was young, but we learned to handle tough situations at a younger age. I don't think I'd ever have called myself working class. I was fortunate enough to go to university. It was obvious very quickly that I felt like the odd one out. I felt like the only one who'd had my sort of upbringing, my sort of background. Who am I? What is my upbringing, my identity? Is my current situation my identity? I feel so out of place there. I felt effectively like this poor kid from the northwest who didn't really belong there, and people were just tolerating even silly things like my accent, the way I speak. There's only so many times you can have someone from the home counties imitate your accent before it starts to get to you. I think it was the first time I'd ever felt unwanted. I've not been down this way in ages. It's just weird. I think I always believed that God existed. I had no idea what the Bible said. I had no idea who this guy called Jesus was. I had no interest in following him. I wasn't exposed to church, I didn't go to church, and the church definitely wasn't speaking to me, so it made me think that I wouldn't be welcome in that building anyway. I'd done some stupid things which I'm not proud of. For the first time I was in a situation where I knew I'd messed up, but there were consequences to my actions. I didn't realise that I could sink to that I'd actually be able to do things that would hurt other people. I realised that I couldn't blame my circumstance, I couldn't blame my upbringing. So for whatever reason I broke down. That I just asked if there was a God listening, that he'd have some pity on me, because I needed him to be real and I needed him to help me more than ever before. And for the first time in my life, I probably meant what I was saying. I woke up the next day. A group of people stopped us. They were honest, and they just said, listen, we're from the Christian Union. We're Christians, we believe in the Bible, and we just want to share with students on campus. But if it wasn't for the prayer the night before, I'd have probably told him where he could go. I don't remember being too polite. He invited me to a meeting. For whatever reason, I remember just hearing the guy start to speak, and he was reading from a part of the Bible called Matthew chapter 9, verse 12. And I remember this is where my ears perked up. Jesus hears them, he turns around, and he responds, it's not the healthy who need the doctor, but the sick. I've not come for the righteous, I've come for sinners. And that is not the Christianity that I thought I knew growing up. I remember that's turned my world on its head. You're telling me he's come for people who are broken and know they're broken. Now, if that's true, that's the best thing I will ever hear. And yet, if it is true, why has it taken 19 years for me to hear it? Why have I grown up into a young adult and never heard this message before? Why is it you all seem to know about it and this is the first time it's ever entered my ears? To hear the gospel that Jesus says, I'll take that anyway. I'll take the punishment you deserve for what you've done. He is the treasure which I hold dear. I knew that I was saved by Jesus and Jesus alone. Why is it I look around and the vast majority of us are university educated and middle class? How are people to believe if they've not heard? Part of the reason I never heard the gospel until I was 19 is because no one told me. It's a different thing to be in the pub every week with people, in the chippy every week. It's a start. It's me and a housemate, two Christians who love Jesus in a community where not many other people do. I think there is a sense of community which is different about Armley. It's you walk down the high street and there's lots of people there. You see the same faces every week. People set in the ways. A lot of times people have been here for generations, their parents, their grandparents. It's got different challenges to other parts of the city. We realised that it doesn't happen overnight. First time I moved here, I've been here about a week, and it was the Rugby League Challenge Cup final.
I went in the pub on my own because I'd only just got here, and within 5 minutes I was on a table full of people. You know, we're in it for the long haul. We're not just going to drop out and disappear. This is where we live, this is our home.
The importance of that is that we're living among people. Paul didn't say, blessed are the feet of those who good news for no reason. I believe that local church is the best thing we can do to live as light and salt in the world. That's it.